Hi, Brent Goodrich here, and this is my Chalk Talk on adverse selection and moral hazard. So, looking at the work we did here, by we, I mean me. Okay. So, the first question is, imagine you have an all-you-can-eat buffet restaurant. Based on experience, you know that there are two kinds of customers. We've got the hungry customers and then the not so hungry customers. So if we charge 200 customers, $4,000. If we charge 40 times 100 customers, again, 4,000. If we use signaling to charge each group differently, so that's 100 times 40 plus 100 times 20, and then that's going to get us 6,000. And then if we use one signaling technique a restaurant might use, I thought about premium dinners. You could also do a smaller lunch for 20, then that satisfies both customers. And then I thought about thinking casino, VIP buffet package. It was just a thought. Okay, number 2, signals transmit important information from an informed party to an uninformed. Talk is cheap, but effective signals are always expensive. Explain whether each of the following would be considered a good signaling strategy. So the first one is car salesman offers his personal guarantee that the used vehicle is reliable. That is not a very good signal because you want a written warranty or something in stone. The second one was the local attorney offers services based on the agreement and that he has only paid if his client wins. That is a good signal because it's expensive for attorney if he loses, showing confidence in the case and putting his own income at risk or her risk. NBA job applicant. That's also a good signal because I've been doing my homework for a couple hours now, and so it takes time, money, effort. D, marriage proposal without a diamond ring. And I said it's neither good nor bad because marriage proposal should show some kind of sacrifice or commitment, but not everybody can afford a diamond. And then the last one was the job applicant. Be a really hard worker, but didn't give references or has work experience. And that is not a good signal because statement does not give evidence. Okay, number 3. That is a local employer knows that regular workers generate $100,000 in productivity, while exceptional workers generate $120,000 in productivity. It's tough to tell them apart in job interview. The employer offers salary based on average productivity. So the first one, that salary, $110,000. Did the little formula of $100,000 plus $120,000 over 2. Okay, B, how will regular workers respond to this offer? Is it profitable to hire for the firm if they accept? Okay, so 100,000 minus 110,000 equals the firm loses 10,000. Workers will accept non-profit, but it's not. The regular workers are going to accept it, but it is not profitable for the firm. C, 120,000 minus 110,000 equals 10,000. Firm gains 10,000 each exceptional worker. Exceptional workers may be less likely to accept than the regular workers, but if they accept, they are profitable to the firm. And the last one is, do you think adverse selection will impact firm negatively? Yes. When the employer offers one average salary, you're going to get a lot of those regular workers, and the exceptional workers are going to say no. So the firm is going to hire too many lower productive workers. Sorry. Okay. Number 4, kitchen renovation. Moral hazard. Okay. So, what types of moral hazard should you be wary of each potential offer? So, the fixed price contract, the contractor gets same amount no matter what his actual costs are. Hazard risk is contractor may cut corners to save money and increase his profit. You can address it by a detailed contract. Everything that I do with my studio, contracts. With them, inspections and stages, and then you can hold the payment, but it has to say that in the contract until job is complete. All right, and part B, how would you address the moral hazard concerns associated in each bid? Okay, so the cost plus, this is now the second part, which was the cost plus contract. So moral risk, buying overly unnecessary expensive materials, longer job, less careful about waste, and the way you can address it is to set spending cap, a max budget. You require approval for all those major purchases. Of course, keep receipts and documentation. Ask for that document and define which costs are reimbursable. And then, look at their reviews online. Okay, and number 5, evaluate the following attempts to limit moral hazard. Okay, so my last page. The first one was the sales staff are paid salary without regard to the number of deals they close. So it's not very effective. If pay doesn't relate to performance, some sales staffs may not work as hard. This can reduce effort, create moral hazard because the employee is protected from the consequences of low performance. B, students in the SOT. I said it's effective but not perfect because evaluations create accountability for the professors. However, some students may not always measure accurately. The next one was about lenders. Lenders charge borrowers lower rates of interest if their credit score is higher. It is effective because rewards responsible financial behavior and give borrowers an incentive to maintain good credit. It helps reduce both risk and moral hazard by encouraging better borrower behavior. And the last one was about the Affordable Care Act. Okay. And all same premiums without regard to pre-existing conditions. Not effective. And this policy is more related to fairness and access to reducing moral hazard. It can actually create problems like adverse selection because higher risk people are especially like to buy insurance when premiums do not reflect their risk. All right, thank you everyone. And this is my chalk number 6, adverse selection and moral hazard.